In this guitar lesson, we're going to be taking a look at the technique of string bending. When you're first getting into doing this as a lead guitar player, taking your first forays into playing solos and anything like that, string bending can be a real problematic area. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you exactly the right technique to use so that you can get it under your fingers, so to speak. So the first thing with string bending, let's take a look at this. What you can see in the tab here is we're going to be playing the 7th fret on our G string, and we're going to be bending this up by the arrow that you can see here. It's going upwards and it says full. Whenever you see that in tab, that means that you're going to be doing what we call a full step or a whole tone bend. So the idea is that I'm playing the 7th fret on the G string and I want that note to go up a tone in pitch, okay? Now, what's very important here is the execution of that bend. So what we want to look at is how I'm holding the guitar. So to do this bend, you want your thumb over the top of the guitar neck. You're then going to put your 3rd finger at the 7th fret on your G string. You then want your 2nd finger directly in behind. So I don't mean on the next fret, I mean directly in behind. Then the 1st finger again directly in behind that. So thumb over the top of the neck. What that means is that this part of your hand here, your knuckle, is going to be around about the 5th fret area of the guitar, maybe just even creeping over more into that 4th fret. But you've basically got like a diagonal angle like this. From that point, when you strike the string, what we're then going to do is do a turn of the wrist so that the fingers will go skyward, but without doing a motion like this, where I'm sort of pulsing my fingers, okay? I want there to be a turn in the wrist. The technique of this is very similar to if I was holding my door key in my my front door key in my finger and my thumb here. When I put that into the lock, you then turn the key in the lock to get that to unlock your door. You want to do the same thing with your bending. So all 3 fingers, thumb over the top, knuckle out here. You play the note, and then with that turn in the wrist motion, you're then doing this. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't any motion from the fingers. There can be some motion, but you don't want to be doing a thumb behind the back of the neck, low down, like you would for scalar style playing, like this. There's a very different grip of the guitar neck. So, with thumb over the top, fingers in your angle, play the note. Then the turn of the wrist upwards and a bit from the fingers. If I just move around a little bit so you can see some different angles on that. See what I'm saying about the turn of the wrist? Now, where this is coming from, if I go back to the tab here, what we're imagining is that we are using a bit of the minor pentatonic scale. Okay, so if we were playing in A minor pentatonic, what we're looking at here is bending the 7th fret on the G string. Okay? So that's what we're bending. It's a very common place within the pentatonic scale is to bend from that 3rd string. Okay, so there's another common place within our minor pentatonic scale that we can bend, which is at the 8th fret. Now, as I've scrolled through this, anyone who follows and knows my channel, is what we're doing at the moment is I'm taking my students here on YouTube through my high intensity guitar technique book 1. Okay, so on my website, Cutting Edge Guitar, you can access these books as a digital PDF download. That's what we're looking at the moment, is the PDF. And they come with video files and everything. So it might like an online course. We're currently looking at High Intensity Guitar Technique book 1 here, but there is a book 2 and there is a book 3 of the series. Okay, now right now you can get all 3 of those books all together, plus a bonus copy of my Cutting Edge Guitar Masterclass course. So you get 20% discount on the 3 books, plus you get the Masterclass course thrown in absolutely free of charge. That all comes out at £48. It's cheaper than a 1-hour guitar lesson. So you can go directly to the links in my bio or in the video description and grab a copy of that right now if you think that working through the book series will help you. So let's get back to what we were talking about in the lesson. bending at the 8th fret now on the B string, okay? So if we go to the next example that's in the book, we're looking at example 18 of High Intensity Guitar Technique Book 1 here. What we're going to be doing, we're going to play the 8th fret on our B string. Now what we're going to be doing here, imagining that we're playing within the A minor pentatonic scale, we might be playing over something like an A minor 7, or an A minor 11 chord, or an A minor 9, something like that. We're going to be bending from this 8th fret, which is a G note, we're going to bend it up to the A, which is going to be the root note of our scale, okay? So the technique is exactly the same. Thumb over the top of the neck, you'd then use 3 fingers, you'd put them at the 8th fret so that you've got that sort of diagonal angle thing going into the where your knuckle is. Then you're going to play the note, and then you're going to turn the wrist upwards, okay, and then a slight push from the fingers, but never this. It's always a turn of the wrist to get the bends up there. So that is a basic look at string bending. Most people that have started out with string bending, they're struggling to get the notes up to pitch. So making sure that you've got that good grip and that solid fingering, because what you don't want to do is try to bend with one finger. It just never works. So, talking about getting those up to pitch, start with those ideas for the moment, just to show you how to do your bending properly. In the next lesson that I do from the book series, I'll be showing you how a few tricks and tips that you can use to get that so that it's always up to pitch and you're building a good connection between your ear and what you're actually playing on the guitar. Like I say, if you want to grab your copy of the books, just go to the Cutting Edge Guitar website. The links are in the description and all in my bio. And you can just grab one copy of the High Intensity Guitar Technique 1 if you want to, or you can get all 3, 20% discount plus a bonus copy of the Cutting Edge Guitar Masterclass course. Okay guys, thanks ever so much for watching this video. Do subscribe to the channel so you get more of these lessons when they come out. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.